There have been two separate attacks in the country today. In the first, the Red Sea resort of Hurghada was attacked and a knife-wielding man stabbed and killed two Ukrainian tourists. 4 others were wounded in that incident. He reportedly swam from a public beach to get to that resort. Meanwhile, in Giza, gunmen riding a motorcycle opened fire on a security vehicle patrolling near some of Egypt's oldest pyramids. 5 policemen were killed, according to the Interior Ministry. There's currently a heavy security presence at the site. An eyewitness recounts the attack in Giza.
2 of the attackers were wearing black uniforms and one was wearing a beige t-shirt. They were waiting for the police car to arrive and then they shot at its driver through the windshield. They used their guns to shoot those sitting at the back. Then they poured fuel onto the car and set it on fire.
Well, let's get you the latest on those developments now. I'm joined live from Cairo by CGTN's Yasser Hakim. Yasser, let's start with the attack in Giza. At this stage, have there been any further details released, in particular about the identity of the attackers?
No, we were expecting a group to claim responsibility, or there has not also been any arrests so far. The government is continuing its investigation and is trying to track the assailants. However, this type of attacks where there are on security forces using ambushing police cars or attacking police checkpoints has been the making of a group affiliated to the outlawed Muslim Brotherhood known as Hasm. It's considered the military arm of the group of the Muslim Brotherhood, and has been active in the last year, claiming responsibility for several similar attacks as the one that took place this morning in Giza, and it is expected to be the one that would claim responsibility soon. But however, no one has yet announced who is behind this attack, and the government is still trying to get more details on the whereabouts of those assailants.
And indeed, a rather different type of attack in Hurghada. A knife-wielding man swims across the beach to attack those at that resort. We understand, of course, 2 Ukrainian tourists among those killed. Do we know any more about what the motive behind this particular attack might have been?
Now, in this situation, the attacker has been arrested on the scene and has been taken into custody, and there is an investigation ongoing now to understand the motive. We haven't been, there were no comments or statements released about him, but the way this attack, the government doesn't want to go straight into a sort of conclusion that this could be a terrorist attack. Nothing yet. It's studying all options. It could be something criminal or otherwise, because he tried to escape into the waters by swimming back. So obviously there was no particular plan that is similar to what terrorist groups would do. He was not armed in a way that terrorist groups would do in Egypt. He has a knife. He stabbed the victims and ran into the sea. There is an investigation onto whether someone would be waiting in a boat, for example, in the sea, so he could take him, pick him up and escape. But he was caught while trying to swim back to that public beach where he came from. So this could be a different situation, and we're waiting to see any details about the motive behind this attack.
Indeed. Well, thank you so much, Yasser Hakim, live for us there in Cairo. And just to recap what he said on that latest attack at that Red Sea resort, the suspect has been apprehended. He is in the custody of police officers, but of course officials reluctant to conclude that this is an act of terrorism, as investigations are still underway.